Mm. This ain't a club.
Hey,
It's family.
hey, praise ya.
Yeah. West side sun on my face. Ancient name in a modern place. Scattered but the pattern still traced. Every border, every base, every race. You can change clothes, change times. Still that covenant in your veins. He says set apart, not the same. Royal house, but we low-key blame. One bloodline, one contract. You don't make rules, you walk that. Nation ain't a train, can't shop that. Get your heart right. Praise y'all, we talk back. One family, that's facts. Even when we fall, we intact. This ain't no club, can't cop that. Get your heart right. Praise y'all, we walk that. I read the scroll, it read me too. Said special treasure, yeah, that's you. Tried to hide us in plain view. Still that promise gon' break through.
We were torn, we were shipped, we were sold. But the blueprint never got old. Scattered out wide like sand grain. Still one house, one last name.
One bloodline, one contract. You don't make rules, you walk that. Nation ain't a trend, can't shop that. Get your heart right. Praise God, we talk back. One family, that's facts. Even when we fall, we intact. This ain't no club, can't cop that. Get your heart right. Praise y'all, we walk this family, not a badge, not a brand, not a vanity. It's calling, it's covenant, gravity. He said stand, so we stand in his strategy. Hands up, hearts cut, turn back, that's trust. Scatter still got it in his hands. Infrastructure still stands. One bloodline, one contract. You don't make rules, you walk that. Nation ain't a trend, can't shop that. Get your heart right. Praise y'all, we talk back. This ain't no club, it's family. Set apart people, that's our identity. Get your heart right, that's the key. Praise y'all. Praise y'all, we free.
All right. All right. We're back. My name is Yamsufa Aria, and this is the Real Talk for Real People program. A program designed to study the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, his chosen people, and the enemies of the Most High, because for all intents and purposes, they still are the enemies of the Most High, along with his chosen people. Not only I, normally my fellow elder, Brother Cottrell, as he's traveling in Liberia, educating our people there. He'll be back soon. But my lovely Isha Lasanya, who is the administrator of this program, who lends us support simply by being here and a voice into the ethos by way of a comments and a commentary. Praise Yah. So without further ado, let me introduce Lasanya. Lasanya, may the Most High bless you. Your mic is hot.
Thank you so much, Yamsu. Shalom, shalom, family. All praises to the Holy One of Israel. I am excited to be back. I'm blessed to be back. I hope Brother Cottrell is having an excellent time over in Liberia. Hope he come back with excellent news. And once again, I'm blessed to be here, ready to get into the studies. All praises.
Praise Yah, Lasanya. And I suspected he will. He sent me some photographs. I failed to mention them to you and show them to you, some photographs that he had sent to my phone from Liberia. And once we get up there, if you desire to look at them, you'll be pleased for what you see. Thank you, Sonny. But fellow students, before we get into our studies, I simply like to approach one subject matter, which is vows and oath, commitments, Once you made a commitment, you have to commit that commitment to your own hurt. Meaning, unless you're released by the Most High, when you make a vow, or you're released by your brother and sister, you're under the obligation of that oath. So we need to be very cognizant, making vows and oaths to one another. It's not matters should be taken lightly. They should be taken seriously. You should mean what you said and say what you mean. And if you can't meet that responsibility, you must go to your brothers and sisters and ask them to release you from that obligation. It's not that hard. We simply make everything up. It's quite simple. Fellow students, I will be leading the studies off in the book of Bereshit, whom you call by the Greco-Roman name English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, Dutch, so on and so forth. Genesis. But the actual name for this book is Bereshit, chapter 27. Speaks about Isaac growing up, his interactions, and how he comported himself, and so on and so forth. His interaction with his wife, and so on and so forth. Let us begin. There was a famine in the land.
Did
Besides
you
the
say
first
27
famine,
or 20?
26.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay. There was a famine in the land besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham, his father. Isaac went to Amalek, the king of the Philistines, in Gerar. Then Yah appeared to him, Isaac, and said, do not go down to Mithraim, Egypt. Live in the land which I shall tell you. Dwell in this land, and I will be with you and bless you. For to you and your descendants, I give all these lands. I will perform the oath which I swore to Abraham. Yah said, I will complete that oath that I swore to your father. That's why I talk about oaths. They're taken quite seriously by the Elohim and should be taken quite seriously by us. It just goes to show you, Isaac, quite like his father, didn't take it upon himself to do what he wanted to do, how he wanted to do, and when he wanted. He was given instructions. He said, don't go down to so-called Egypt. He said, live in the land which I should tell you, which he told me. And as a result, your father, and I will make your descendants multiply the oath he made to his father. And I will make your descendants, Isaac, multiply as the stars of heaven. I will give to your descendants all these lands. That's why you need to be quite familiar with it. And in your seed, all the nation of the earth shall be blessed as a result of our nation, the true nation. Because Abraham obeyed, that's the reason why. My voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. He was codified. So Isaac, as a result, dwelt in Gerar. And the men of the place asked about his wife, because Rebecca was a very gorgeous woman. Obviously, Isaac had had some interaction and conversation with his father Abraham about how he comported himself. So he responds in like kind. He said, she is my sister. Why? For he was afraid to say, she is my wife, because he thought, leaning on your own understanding, lest the men of this place kill me for Rebecca, because she's beautiful to behold. Now, at that time frame, that's what people did. If you had a beautiful woman, they'd get up with you, they'd kill you, take your woman. So he thought that was the attitude of these Philistines. And Rebecca, because she is beautiful to behold. Now it came to pass, when they had been there a long time, King Amalek of the Philistines looked through a window and saw that Isaac showing endearment to Rebekah, his wife. You know how a man and a wife play? He may pat her on behind or whatnot. You know how they go. Y'all grown folks out there, don't be silly. So he was showing terms of endearment to Rebekah. I don't know what fashion, but it was obvious to King Amalek. Amalek called Isaac and said, "Oh, wait just a minute. Quite obviously, she is your wife. Because you ain't treating your sister like you treating your wife. So how could you say she is my sister? You put us in a predicament, so to speak." I said to him, because I said, at least I die on account of her. At least someone see her and want her and kill me as a result of it. And King Amalek said, "What is this you have done to us? You put us in a predicament. One of my people might have soon have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt on us." See, obviously these people were quite different than in our captivities. They don't care which way or another, our captors. But obviously they had some connection with the Most High to this degree. So King Amalek charged all his people, saying, "He who touches this man or his wife should surely be put to death." Then Isaac sowed in the land. He farmed in the land and reaped in the same year 100-fold. And Yah blessed him. The man began to prosper, Isaac, and continued to prosper until he became very prosperous as a result of Yah. For he had possessions of flock, possessions of herd, a great number of servants. So the Philistines, seeing this, envied him. Now the Philistines had stopped up the wells which his father's servant had dug in the days of Abraham, when Abraham was living in that region. He had stopped those wells up. They had filled them with earth. They had filled them with earth. And Amalek said to Isaac, "Go away from us. Get away from us. You are much mightier than we," as a result of Yah. They could sense this because Isaac was codified to Yah. They could sense he was much more mightier as a result of his codification with Yah. They were afraid of that. They sent Isaac away. So Isaac, he didn't argue, fuss, and fight, say he got rights and so on and so forth. You can't tell me what to do. Isaac understood that his dynamics. I'm in my enemy's land. I don't have no voting rights. Whatever they give me, that's just it. If I ain't got no Yah, that's just that on that. Isaac departed from there, pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. Isaac dug again the wells of water, which they had dug in the days what his father had previously dug of Abraham. For the Philistines had stopped them up after the death of his father Abraham. He called them by the name which his father had called it: continuity, connection with his father. Something that is remiss in our lives. We want to cut off our fathers and mothers. But Isaac didn't want to cut his father off in his history. He wanted to stay connected with his father. So he called those wells the name that his father had called it. As Isaac's servant dug in the valley and found a well of running water, that the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with Isaac herdsmen. Now, they didn't quarrel with Isaac. They quarreled with his herdsmen, saying, "The water is out." So he called the name of the well Esek, Isaac did, because they quarreled. He didn't quarrel with him. They quarreled with him. Then they dug another well. That's how we don't get caught up. And some of us get caught up in his captivity. Isaac didn't get caught up, even though he wasn't in captivity. He was in a foreign land under foreign control at that time. So what did he do? He did something constructive and positive and good for himself. They dug another well. And what did they do? They quarreled over that one also. That's what our enemies do. So he called his name Sitnah. He removed from there and dug another well. And they did not quarrel over it. So they called his name Rehoboth. Because he said, for now Yah has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And Yah can make room for you. They ain't gonna make room for you. But if you codify it with Yah, Yah can make anything work for you. He can make your enemies your footstool. But you talking about you have a right to vote, all these civil rights, all these so-called rights, you making demands? Be like Isaac. Isaac didn't make no demand. He stayed codified with Yah. Just like we all stay codified with Yah. Because Yah can work it out for you. You can't work nothing out. Okay? Trying to make some demand. You should expect what you're getting from them. Tacky, trashy, and terroristic. And sometimes all three together, given the circumstances. So that's why it's urgently needed to understand Yah may have a relationship with you, a covenant contract with you, and certainly in this universal captivity. But the enemies in this universal captivity don't owe you a damn thing. So you need to learn how to humble yourselves and keep yourself codified in alignment with the Most High. Just like Isaac was. He didn't argue with them. He kept it pushing. Arguing, fussing, and fighting ain't gonna get you nowhere in the land of our enemies. Isaac knew this, and you all understand this too. And Isaac said, he named it Sitnah. He moved from there, dug another well in the name of Rehoboth, because he said, for now Yah, not the enemies, has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. Yah can make room for you. Then he went up there to Beersheba, and Yah appeared to him in the same night and said, I am Yah of your father Abraham. Do not fear. Key word, do not fear. Don't fear Yah. Have a great and grave respect for Yah. Humble yourself before Yah. But don't be terror-stricken. Why? For I am with you. Yah is with us. I will bless you and multiply your descendants. Why? For my servant Abraham's sake, the oath I made to Abraham. Oath and vows are valuable and significant and should not be taken lightly and or for granted, even to your own hurt. So he built an altar there. Isaac did. And called on the name of Yah, not on his enemies. Not on his enemies for a vote. Recognize me, I make demands, I got civil rights. It may be civil, but they ain't right. You make demands, you may not get anything, but you go get something from Yah. And he pitched his tent there, because Yah can make room for it. There Isaac's servants dug a well. Keep putting in the work. Then King Amalek came to him from Gerar with Ahuzah, one of his friends, and patrol. We remember him with Abraham, the commander of his army. And Isaac said to him in a constructive manner, not arguing, fussing, and fighting, why have you come to me? You told me to get out the way, I got out the way. Since you hate me, I'm going to keep it real and sit me away from you. Since you ain't got no love for me and you hate me, why you come want to rap to me? But they says, we have certainly seen that Yah is with you. That's the key element, people. Make sure Yah is with you. So we said, so our enemies can say that there now be an oath between us and between you, a contract. And let us make a covenant with you. Let us make this oath. Let us make this contract with you, that you would do us no harm, because they were afraid of him, even though he was outnumbered and outgunned, so to speak. Why were they afraid of him? Because it's connection with the Most High. Since we have not touched you, since we have done nothing to you but good by their standards. And certainly we can say the very same thing in this captivity. By their standards of what good is. He went after his whale, called them to dig more whales, send him away. They called that love. Don't be surprised. That's the modus operandi of our enemies. And have sent you away in peace. They didn't send them away in peace. But they can always write the narrative. Just like they write the narrative today on us. You are now the blessed of Yah. They certainly understood that. You all understand it. You ought to be codified with Yah so they can see it. No matter what they do to you, how they do it, you can always connect it with Yah. And thus, as a result of that, the fear of Yah will be upon them because you're codified with Yah. So he made them a feast. He was a humble brother, Isaac. He was a considerate brother. He was a brother that showed hospitality. Now, we ought to learn these techniques also. Isaac did. He made them not a little meal, he made a feast. And they ate and drank. Then they arose early in the morning and swore oath with one another. And Isaac sent them away. It was done. They don't sit you hanging around him. And they departed from him to peace. That's what we should be looking for, brothers and sisters. Peace. Not arguing, fussing, and fighting, making demands. They can't be fulfilled by any of us. You can make all the demands, all the arguing, cussing, and fussing you want them. But at the end of the day, it don't matter because it doesn't mean nothing if you're not codified by Yah. You can cry that you had a vote yesterday. Yeah, take that away and from yesterday and make sure you don't get one the day before yesterday. So stop all this nonsense about, well, I got my right. I vote. Okay? You got the right they want to give because they control your vote. But they don't control Yah. That's who you should be in with. The Most High, I, Elohim. It's just that simple. Because these studies should be taken lighthearted. They should be delved in, explored, investigated to find out the best example and tools you can utilize when you're in foreign lands or perhaps in this universal captivity. These things are still into effect, cause and effect. And finally, it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servant came and told him about the well which they had dug and said to him, we found water. So he called it Sheba. Therefore, the name of the city is Bathsheba to this day as a result of that well, cause and effect. When Esau was 40 years old, his brother, what did Esau do? Did he take his father's advice, his mother's advice? No, he didn't. He thought he was something special. It's called grief in his brother's mind, in his sister-in-law's mind, because Esau didn't want to follow the script. At 40 years old, he took wives, Judith, the daughter of Benri, the Hittite, and Bathsheba, the daughter of Eglon, the Hittite. And like I said, you got to understand, you don't study these for the feeling. You study these to investigate and explore, to ascertain, and to find out what examples you can use in this regard. Was he happy because his brother married outside the family? No, we shouldn't be happy when our brothers and sisters go outside the script. Now, a lot of us like to have parade. Oh, that sapsucker. They had the script. Ooh, wee bah. Let's have a parade. I feel so good. I'm giddy about it. You should never be giddy about your brother and your sisters going off script. Just like Isaac wasn't giddy about Esau going off script. And it caused him grief. He was traumatized because Esau went off the script. It says, and they were of grief of mind, they were traumatized to Isaac and Rebekah, meaning that Isaac and Rebekah not only were traumatized, Esau going off script, but they were unified. So obviously, Isaac had an effect on Rebekah, which should be the case, and Rebekah had an effect upon Isaac, which should be the case. Why? They were one flesh, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. So they shared in things, and they empathized with things, and they were both of the like mind. They were saddened, they were traumatized that Esau went off script, not having a parade unlike some of us do. Sad but true. That's why these studies are valuable. That's why these studies are imperative. Not to get a warm, fuzzy feeling, but to glean all you can as to how you should be cognizant of some things and comport yourself, and so on and so forth. Thank you, Mosaic the prophet, for leaving this information. And thank you, Yah Elohim, for giving Mosaic the fortitude to leave this information, these studies for us. Praise Yah and bless his holy name. That being said, beloved Nasanya, any comments on the commentaries?
No, sir. You put it, you explained it well. All praises.
Thank you, beloved. I'm very appreciative. Praise the Most High. Fellow students, that concludes our studies tonight. But it shouldn't conclude our study. Our study, each of us, should be ongoing and continuing. It shouldn't stop till the casket drops, so to speak. But Nasanya has done a fantastic job by keeping me in line as to my studies, simply by being a comfort being here. And when given time, she often gives time, lending her voice into the ethos by way of her comments and her commentaries. Nasanya has done what all daughters of Zion should be doing, being a comfort and lending her voice into the ethos by way of their comments and her commentary. Simply said, truth be told, hand the rocks to cradles. But the onus does not lie on my beloved Nasanya. It is responsibility of all daughters of Zion, to some extent, shape, form, or fashion. It is responsibility of all daughters of Zion to stand into the gaps. It's just that simple. We make everything hard, but it isn't. Our daughters of Zion, the voices of our daughters of Zion, Yah should hear their voice. Yah should hear the daughters of Zion crying out to him because of this universal captivity, crying out to him because our people are scattered. Yah hears the daughters of Zion. And the daughters of Zion owes their nation an obligation. And they certainly owe the Most High our obligation also. Thank you, Nasanya. Fellow students, as my Isha, Nasanya, husband, an elder, her male counterpart, has done my due diligence, more obligation as such. But the onus does not lie on me, but it lies on all the elders of the nation connected with the Most High. You cannot abdicate this position. You cannot sit on your behind eating bonbons and cupcakes, watching reality shows, as our reality passes us by. We are in dire straits. We are scattered universally. The elders should stand into the gaps by way of instructing the nation in some shape, form, or fashion, in your homes, your communities, and so on and so forth. But I've met my mark. I've given these instructions, not of my opinion, but what the Most High said by way of his word, the Elohim. But the onus does not lie on my Esau and I, a daughter of Zion, an elder of the nation, but it lies on all the nation to heed the instructions of the Most High. Meditate on the instructions of the Most High. Cling to the instructions of the Most High. Trust in the instructions of the Most High. Allow those instructions to be your pathways, lit by light, which is wisdom and understanding. I know, fellow students. I know, brothers and sisters. I know, strangers. We all have been miseducated, misinformed, disinformed. Just like Malcolm X said, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Now, ain't that the truth? And what I mean by that is this. They've told you that Yah is like some old guy sitting on the throne somewhere. He done had his heyday. He has early on set dementia and Alzheimer's. Drooling at the mouth, don't know which way is up nor what time it is. That is far from the truth as the truth can be. Yah word is forever. Yah word is everlasting, which means Yah spoke this universe into existence by his word. Did he not? Meaning, is not this universe still in existence? Meaning that Yah is still in existence. Yah is everlasting, just like the word he spoke into existence, this universe. Yah didn't need anything brought to him new by way of the Greco-Romans, the Nicene Council, the Roman Catholic Church, and its derivatives. But Yah does need one thing from you, to humble yourself, to heed its instructions. Simply say, for each of us, the word of Yah is forever and everlasting. It ain't going nowhere. I don't care what lies they told you. Just like this universe hadn't went anywhere. Simply said, if you utilize the word of Yah, you activate the word of Yah, you apply the word of Yah, it works for you if you're working. Praise Yah and bless his holy name. Hallelujah. So without further ado, let me ask my lovely Isha Nasanya to say her shalom and good nights, and I'll close it out for tonight. Beloved, may the Most High bless you. Your mic is hot.
Shalom and good night, family.
You heard my beloved. I'm on. Lay him back out of it. Lay him back off him. Shalom and good night. May the Most High bless you.
Hey, Frank drum knock. Frank drum knock. Top strings pluck. They smile in my face, but I still don't trust. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Yeah. They been lying on us back then, right now. In the land of change, try to make us bow. That word slick, oil slide, stain the ground, say peace, 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 but the hate too loud. Enemies talking tongues twist like a snake. Plot in the dark, then they grin handshakes. I read the scrolls, yeah, the records straight. They bend every law just to seal our fate. They speak with a false tongue. We can't believe a word they say. Every promise cut in two. Every contract said to betray. Only trust your kind of let the liars fade away. Praise Yah, praise Yah. You can't trust the word they say. Captive in their lands, but my mind ain't caught. They teach fake history, erase what we brought. Call our truth danger, call they lies law, but the evidence taught. I can see the flaw. They say don't resist, just accept your place. Till us trust the system with a crooked face. But I know a rock that don't ever change. When they flip the script, his words stay the same. We can't believe a word they say. Every promise cut in two. Every contract said to betray. Only trust your kind of let the liars fade away. Pray Yah. You can't trust the word they say. Then on speech. Sweet on the surface, rotten underneath. They plotting secret crowns on thieves, but y'all hear the cry of the ones they beat. Flames in my chest, but my feet stay calm. Harp on my lap, still sing that song. Hands to the sky while the trumpets cry. The natives said it right, they forked tongue lie. They speak with a forked tongue. We can't believe a word they say. Every promise cut in two. Every contract set to betray.